Yeah, well, good morning. Hello, you lot. I don't usually put stuff out from home, but just happened to be here because I'm actually digging through some books. I was actually trying to help out a mate of mine. He said, "Oh, I'd really like to read this book," and it was a book I read a few years ago. And I know I've had a copy around here somewhere, so I was digging through my old book pile. Um, and funny enough, I've had a few of my friends, other people message me and ask me a few things, especially about knowing your purpose, finding your life direction. Because when you have that sense of why, the amount of hardship that you're able to deal with, because you've really isolated why you get up in the morning. That is such a big deal. Once you really isolate why you get up in the morning, it just gives you that little bit of, it puts a rod in your spine. So when you get slapped in the face, it's just that bit easier to get up because you know why you're getting up. Hey VJ, what's up, bruh? Big love. VJ, remember, we go back a long way, man, long way. Hey, listen, love to the family, bruv. I'm just going through some book stuff, but we're going to chat. So, where was I? Yes. So I've actually had a few people ask me about, okay, well, how do I find my purpose? How do I find my direction? Because like I said, it's not a wishy-washy thing. It will literally just help you focus all of your resources to a specific goal. Without a goal, what will happen is it's like a ship with a sail in an open harbour. You will blow everywhere. You'll be influenced by friends, social media influence, and all sorts of other crap that really has got nothing to do with your well-being and the well-being of your family. It won't actually get you anywhere. So, hey, Mike. So, look, back to what I was on about. So, anyway, I was digging through my book pile, trying to help a mate out, and I found this. It's coming up backwards for me. Hopefully, it's the way around for you. Basically, a book called The Way You Were Born to Live by Dan Millman. Hey, Mike, Happy New Year. He's looking at my nose on there. Not the best angle, but there you go. Hey, Mike, big love to the family, bruv. So, look, if you are finding, my life, I'm on a spinning wheel, I'm a rat in a cage, I'm a rat on the wheel, going round in the rat race, and what I'm doing is I'm pursuing my boss's goals, but am I pursuing my own goals? If you're confused about what your direction in life is, you do not know what your direction in life is, you do not know what your passion is, read this book. Go to a library. You don't have to buy it. If you don't have time to read, get it as an ebook. Get it on Kindle. Dan Millman, the life you were born to live. Now the good thing about Dan's books are, now Dan's an athlete. He's actually a college professor at University College Berkeley, if I remember correctly. He was an Olympic athlete, broke his legs. Amazing life story. I've actually put a link to a TED Talk that he did a few years ago in the description to this video. So anyway, check out Dan Millman. He's one of my favourite authors. And actually several of his books were on, I used to teach, or still teach Systema. For all of my students, I had a mandatory reading list. This book was on his mandatory reading list, or my mandatory reading list. So, again, if you are lost, if you are confused, if you are going round in circles, oh my God, life is just one endless, painful experience, get your purpose sorted. Don't be the person who lives their life with a pitchfork in their back. You want to be the person who lives their life with the carrot at their nose. So, and that's a really big one to understand. If you can't get it, reading this, The Life You Were Born to Live by Dan Millman, it will help you sort that out. Worst ways, hit me up. The books I'm going to show you two more by Dan. They're actually, like I said, in the description of this little video ditty. So anyway, once you work this stuff out and you have a sense of purpose, you know your why, where do you go from there? Easy. Dan thought about that, so he wrote another book called Body Mind Mastery. Now, when he wrote this book, it was actually intended for athletes that were trying to find the motivation to push them through to the next level of training. The good thing about this book is it's actually written in the format of a textbook. So it's how to get your mind right. It's how to get your psychology right. It's how to find your intrinsic motivation. So in other words, You know, someone may try to motivate you. You may get a DVD. You might watch one of these really cool YouTube clips or Facebook clips. Go out there, crush it, crush it, crush it. Unless you actually feel your motivation at a visceral level, it's something that gets you physically, emotionally, neurologically, chemically, hormonally excited, it ain't going to work for you. All the words and all the videos and all the nice little plaques you can hang up on your wall, all these nice, yeah, success posters, they ain't going to work for you. It needs to be intrinsic. So, get your head around this. Once you get your head around that, and you need to know, okay, how do I get there? What tools do I have? Body, mind mastery is the next stage. Psychology, relationships, how to understand your own behaviour. The thing I like about this book is because it was written from an athlete's perspective, it's got things like, okay, I've got those days, I don't want to get up, I don't want to go to work, it's 5 a.m, and this day is going to be painful. You've even got exercises in here, specific exercises to energise you, to help you feel motivated. Geez, I mean, what more do you want? You know, if you follow this, it's like a recipe for a cake. Here, it's so simple, and it's not feel-good BS. It's a very practical book. I used it as a textbook, and I come back to it often. That's it, really. But beyond that, Dan's actually got another book coming out soon. One other one he wrote that I've actually, most of these books I've bought like 3 or 4 times and given them away as gifts because they've made a massive difference to me. Here's one that I really recommend. Note the name of the author, same guy, Dan Millman, The Journeys of Socrates. Again, damn good book to read, damn good book, full of life lessons. As I said, Dan, Olympic athlete, got to the Olympics after breaking his legs in a motorcycle accident. Top bloke. And in fact, like I said, my martial arts club is called Warriors Path Sistema. Because Dan's first book really influenced me, I actually contacted Dan Millman years ago, and I said, Dan, I'm going to start a martial arts club, and I'm going to call it the Warriors Path Sistema. Within 3 days, he actually come back to me. Not someone who was running his Facebook page. He actually came back to me, and he said, mate, I think that's a great idea. And it actually turned out that he'd actually worked with a couple of instructors that I trained with, a couple of Sistema guys. So look, if you've got any questions, hit me up. Hey, Harry. As always, I'll do my best to help you out, because I mean, one of the things I see is that there are so many people that in my broader circle of friends that are having situations or life crises or things happen that I have been through. So what I try to do is say, I went through that as well, and here's what I did that got me straight. Or I went through that and I feel flat on my ass. Don't do that. Or try a variation of it. I mean, look, guys, we're a community. We're here to help each other out. None of this fear and putting each other down and hate business. Life's too short. It really is too short. And you don't want to get to 2/3 of the way through your life, and then realise you'd put your ladder up against the wrong wall. Happens all the time. So look, if you're struggling, please understand, you are not the first person on the face of this earth to go through what you're going through. Look, there are 7 billion of us around at the moment. Chances are there's someone out there who's going through exactly the same shit. And in the last 10,000 years, someone's probably gone through exactly the same problem that you have. And they've probably written it down. Ask. So anyway, that's it. I've gone in and ranted on for far too long. I've got to go and deliver these books to some of these mates of mine who would find these useful because they're just sitting here collecting dust. So big love, respect. It's going to rain in Sydney this morning after yesterday. Man, it's much appreciated. So anyway, big love to all you. VJ, big love to you. Big love to the daughter. Big love to the folks back home. And anyone else? You want to hear anything? You want me to go anything else? Just message me or give me a bell and we'll catch up. Big love. V. Peace out. Easy.